Ooh,
and if
man,
you know that one, I'm following you around everywhere.
Yeah, there is a few catalysts that are on the horizon that could possibly do that.
Welcome investors, StockPulse on location, Vancouver Resource Investment Conference 2019. David Erfle, he is the junior mining junkie is what you are.
That's what I am.
And there's no better place than to talk junior mining than here. Let's start with 18. Let's not repeat it. Talk about the state of this sector after last year. Where are we at?
Well, I think we still got a little bit more pain left. The gold price has really strong resistance at 1,300, and because the last time it was trading up there was early 2018, and we had the highest futures volume in history when that was happening. And all those people that were underwater, they're like, "Hey, it's back to 1,300. I'm going to sell."
Yeah.
So there's a lot of resistance there, and we see the miners rolling over a little bit. It's funny. It always happens at a big show like this. The sector takes a big hit either right before the show, or it starts to roll over during the show, or But as far as the juniors are concerned, there's a lot of value out there. You know, there's a lot of value. It's the time to be accumulating. Also, the time to have a lot of cash to accumulate a little more later. So yeah.
Don't go in all the way is what you're saying right now.
No,
Save a little powder for.
Yeah. Never go all in until you have that breakout signal, and that breakout signal in gold is once gold has a monthly close above 1362. That's the all-in signal, and once the GDX closes above 25 on a weekly closing basis, then we're going to be off to the races in the miners.
So let's talk about that. Fed policy looks like no more rate hikes. That's the way I see it anyway. It looks like that's what they're translating. What's that going to mean to gold and eventually flow down to here?
Yeah, you know, I don't think rate hikes are completely off the table, but the market is actually starting to price in a rate cut. But yeah, this Fed meeting is going to be another really important one. And remember, all Fed meetings now we're going to have a press conference afterwards, not just every other one. So the next Fed meeting is the end of the month here. And I think a lot of it's priced in about the dovishness that's happened already. So it's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts to it, but it definitely will be an reaction.
So I've been around this space a decade. I don't know if I've seen it this bad. It's been, as far as valuations, the fraction of what they were. Warren Buffett made money in scenarios like this. I think it's more important than ever to have guys like you out there that are connected to this. How does the average person maneuver through this maze?
Well, that's exactly what my presentation was about. I mean, pretty much how to find the diamonds among all the roughage that is here at the conference. You know, it always starts with management. You know, they have to have a successful track record. You know, they have to know how to raise capital. They have to be connected. They have to be invested in their own company, not just a bunch of warrants. They have to have a tight share structure. They have to be in a safe jurisdiction. It has to be a big project. You know, go big or go home. Don't mess with anything small. It's just a lot of due diligence. You know, I mean, there's a lot of value out there, but you got to do a lot of due diligence, and you got to be patient and just accumulate the right stories. And to do that, you just got to do a lot of research.
Yeah, I equate this sector a lot like baseball. The best players in the game are right 30% of the time hitting. And in this sector, I think we would kill for 30% of the time.
Yeah,
so,
cut your winners, cut your losers quickly and let your winners run. I mean,
absolutely. So again, I beat your same drum. Find the ones that you have and then swing. I think this sector's not very liquid right now.
No, there's the capital markets are still pretty tight. Money's not cheap in this sector, so yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be painful a little, you know, for a little while longer. But while it's painful, it's a great time to get good deals because you know, we just had tax loss selling that got rid of a lot of, you know, a lot of investors, and we always see that bump after tax loss. We've had it, and it looks like now it might be over for the short term, but I think this move down in the miners will be the last one.
What, you have a personal sweet spot? Companies, what you're looking for as far as, is it explorer time? I mean, we're running short on discoveries. What do you think is the best way to hit these things?
Yeah, it's, right now there's a lot of value in growth-oriented producers with high margin projects that are sub 500 million. There's a lot of value in developer explorers with high margin projects that are sub 200 million. And there's the early stage exploration companies. That's where you really got to do your due diligence because they're very high risk and very high reward.
So cautiously optimistic here. What would be a trigger to remove the cautiously optimistic to obviously 1362? But what do you see the driver to get us through 1362?
Ooh,
and if
man,
you know that one, I'm following you around everywhere.
Yeah, there is a few catalysts that are on the horizon that could possibly do that. I mean, the Fed actually hinting that they're going to cut. That could be a potential catalyst.
More QE.
More QE. Yeah, I mean, political situations. I mean, this yellow vest movement is growing. It's growing all over the world. I mean, people are upset. They're tired of being taxed. They're tired of being lied to.
They're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, sick and tired of being sick and tired. Yeah.
How do people follow your work?
My website is www.juniorminerjunky.com, and I write a weekly column for Kitco every Friday. It comes out, and you can just go to my website and sign up on my free email list, or you can check out my subscription service, and that's $249 a quarter. And I'm a completely transparent service. You know exactly what I'm doing all the time. You get my complete portfolio. You know what I buy, when I buy it, when I sold it, how much I made, how much I lost, and you get a 24-hour notice before I buy or sell anything.
Wow, good stuff.
And I'm invested in all the companies that I cover in my newsletter, all the companies I talk about in my column. I'm an owner in all these companies. I'm a believer in all these companies.
There you have it. David Erfle, Junior Miner Junky. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.